This is TWiT.
Kenny, Temple, Texas. Thanks for hanging on, Kenny. What can I do for you?
Hello, thanks for taking my call. I was wondering what you thought about the bending iPhones, whether you thought it was a sign of things to come or...
No. Look, you make something thin, the more thin it is, the easier it is to bend, particularly if it's metal. Plastic it's materials science. It's very basic. Every material has pros and cons. Plastic is deformable and usually bounces back. Now, remember, there's electronics in a phone, so and this is what the guy got 41 million views on YouTube because he took a couple of iPhones and bent them and broke them. Well, bully for him. I could do that too. Doesn't mean they're going to do it spontaneously in your pocket. Consumer Reports came back and tried it. They have special devices to put pressure. They say, no, it takes 90 pounds of pressure on the iPhone to bend it. That's unlikely you're going to get that in your pocket. I would be careful. I wouldn't put it in your back pocket and sit on it all the time. But
I would just get a case for it.
Yeah, get a good strong case. Apple says we reinforce the inside with titanium. What appears to be the truth is there is a little bit of a weaker spot on the iPhone right at the bottom of the volume rockers because the battery ends. There's a gap in the volume rockers there. And if you put pressure right there in the right amount in exactly the right way, you can bend it. But that's true of all phones. In fact, Consumer Reports said, the HTC One is more bendable. Nobody complains about that. There have been a total of, what was the number? 16 cases in the United States. They sold 10 million. I think you don't have to worry about it. Be careful with it. This is a very expensive, fragile product. And so, but I don't think it's, somehow going to deform. It's not like Uri Geller's spoon. It's going to start deforming spontaneously. You have to bend it.
Yeah, next time I think they use that Memorflex metal.
Well, yeah, I mean, see, Apple, I do have to say, I have a little bit of an issue with Apple because for some reason they have decided that every iPhone should be thinner than the next. And, of course, that's one of the reasons it's more bendable. It's very thin. Oddly, Consumer Reports said the iPhone 6, the smaller iPhone, was more bendable than the big one. You'd expect the big one to be more bendable just because the size gives it more leverage. I would be careful with both. They're beautiful, elegant, really nice phones. I don't put my phones in a case, but I'm extremely careful with all my phones. And I haven't had one break. I do not sit on my phones. I wouldn't recommend putting it in a back pocket. Some of this is because maybe iPhone users are used to being able to do that. I wouldn't recommend it with any iPhone or any phone. It's a gorgeous thing. If you're worried about it, put it in a case. I hate putting something so beautiful in a case. And if I were at Apple, I might say, hey, what if we didn't make it thinner? We put a bigger battery in it. Maybe it doesn't have to get thinner. Maybe it's thin enough now. There is a point. I don't think they're going to get much thinner. It's 70 millimeters. It's nothing. It's a skinny little thing. Beautiful, though. I really like how it looks. I think they've done a great job. I would not worry about bending. Apple has had a rough week with the iOS update that broke people's phones. It broke Touch ID and LTE. And somebody here at work, oh, the new update's here, 801, I'm going to install it. And then he said, stop, Leo, don't do it if you haven't done it yet. I said, I haven't. He said, it broke it. Apple fixed that. The new version, 8.0.2, seems to be okay. Plastic is going to work better. Metal is going to bend more easily. Metal has other properties that are good. Actually, metal for a phone is not a good thing. Apple really likes doing it. But it blocks the radio waves from the radio. Some phones, the new Motorola X is interesting. It's this one's leather back or wood back. I assume it's plastic underneath, glass in the front. So radio waves come and go quite easily. But they have a metal rim all the way around. And Motorola is doing some very interesting antenna tuning. They're really the kings of this. They invented the portable cell phone many years ago, and they really understand antennas very well. And so they've done something very cool with the metal. That is the antenna, and it's got a capacitive touch sensor in it, so it knows where you're holding it and tunes the antenna so you don't have an antenna problem. That's clever. So all metal phones, always going to be a little bit of an issue. They are going to bend more than a plastic phone. I wouldn't worry about it. The bendy phone is not a problem. The problem with System 801, that's a big problem. Apple really flopped on that one. Doesn't mean you shouldn't get an iPhone. You know, if you're... I get stuff before anybody else, right? That's my job. I waited in line and got 2 iPhones on Friday night. I mean, that's what I do because it's my job. I'm the tech guy. I install updates the minute they're available. That's my job. I want it to break for me before it breaks so I can warn you if it breaks for me not to do it. But that doesn't mean you have to be that way. There's no hurry. Wait a month. See what people say. See if the iPhone's got a problem. Don't update it right away. You could wait a day. If there's a problem, you'd know. You know, it wouldn't take long. So I think that there's no real advantage to being in too much of a hurry. Let me be in a hurry so you don't have to. And I wouldn't worry about bendable iPhones. Just take care of it.